Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament Group Stage Play. This is a Group B showdown between ibuba7 and sharky2107. ibuba7 currently is 2-0. Sharky is 1-3. If ibuba7 wins these two matches today, he will automatically punch a ticket into the bracket stages of the tournament. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and joining me for the commentary today is also somebody from Group B who's going to be looking at this match very, very carefully. It is Gimp Extreme. Gimp, as you know, if ibuba7 does win these next two matches, not only does he punch a ticket to the bracket stages, but you yourself also punch a ticket to the bracket stages. So, what are your thoughts about this coming up match?
I think it's a really important match here because Sharky can play big spoiler here. If he takes at least one from him, that could really mess up the way that the brackets could go for both of us here. I believe if, like you said, if Boo wins both games, he will take the lead. If he beats me in both of mine, that puts him at 6-0, putting him in a really good spot for as far as seeding goes. And that puts, ironically, me in a really rough spot because I'll be 3-3 going up against a lot of the 6-0 opponents.
Absolutely here. And of course, we have two different sets of flags today. For the first race, it is going to be the question mark. So it means you're still going to have the end card game. You're still going to have the hammers break the locks, but you're not going to know necessarily how many forts there are just by looking at the panels. And that also means that the hand stages in World 8, you won't be able to see those because those will be replaced by question marks as we are underway with World 7. So people who are hoping for the reverse world order, you're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're seeing already a separation route by both players. ibuba finding a lock at the bottom, but he's going to check this pipe here. Ooh, ibuba finding the room with the view. Sharky didn't like what he was seeing, so he's going to head back.
If only Crazy Dude was on commentary with us because he loves seeing that pipe with the view, but these runners don't want to see that pipe with the view, so it looks like they're going to have to take the other path try to find their way, and they're going to probably have to play a few levels as ibuba7 starting off with 3-9.
Yeah, 3-9's not a terrible stage to start with. You just got to watch out for the enemy set. Paragumas love to basically come out of nowhere and get you, so he's got to play a little safe here with no power-ups.
Yep, ibuba7 finding the mushroom behind that music note, and there's Sharky. Oh, but the piranha takes him down. He'll have to play it again. Now here's the bottom part, which can be treacherous at times, especially when you're talking about nanny bloopers here, but ibuba7's able to dodge everything with a nice shot from that ice block and move on to the next stage.
Yeah, that's something I like to do as well. Whenever I see this stage, I take that ice block down with me just to make sure I have the, that little bit of protection, not knowing what enemy set I'm going to see.
Next up, we have the Muncher Run 7-7 with ibuba7. This is the stage that has the Endless Star if you're able to get to it quick enough. And what ibuba7 and Sharky are going to be looking for is to try to get through that in one cycle. And ibuba's going to go for it. Nailed it. Beautifully done.
Yeah, that's not an easy trick to do. It's the same thing with the P-Switch in the World 8 fort. It's not very easy. All these experienced runners do make it look like it's a breeze, though.
ibuba avoiding the star so that he doesn't get 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind gives you more extra lives than just 3 non-matching cards, but you are treated to fireworks, which does cost you some time, as ibuba has found the way out, and the only thing standing between him and the end of the level, and of course there's a piranha stage at the end, is the Navy, where he could sail the 7 seas. Yeah,
and ibuba is showing the P-Speed strats here. Generally the Navy stage is an auto-scroller, but the P-Street strats is really important to pull off, especially on the stage. It saves you a lot of time.
All right, and ibuba makes quick work of the Boom Boom here in stage Army, no Navy, excuse me, and just now has to get through the Piranha stage. So at the end, he will collect, hopefully, a very valuable item that will help his cause.
And it looks like we're just having a little bit of technical difficulty on Sharky's side, so we're going to try and get him back as quickly as possible.
All right, so now he's on his way to the airship, and it's the World 3 airship.
Yeah, they're going to face off against Ludwig von Koopa, and hopefully he's pretty tame. His hitbox can be very finicky, just like Iggy's from World 4.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Not to mention that he tends to be a high jumper more often than not.
Hey, he likes to wear those moon boots.
Oh, he's the earthquake variety, and he is just a one-hitter, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, so ibuba getting out of World 1 at 3:30 on the clock there. Sharky not too far behind. It looked like he may have died a couple times, but he's catching up pretty quickly.
Yeah, he only died, to my knowledge. I know he died in 3-9. I don't know about anywhere else, but he's going to now go to the Piranha stage himself. Keep your friends close, but your Goombas closer. Now, we do get an item from Bowser, unlike the vanilla game, but in order to check... Ooh, it's a leaf, not too shabby. And the hammer was the item from the Piranha stage there, as we have the escalator for it. 6F1 to start things off.
Yeah, but we're going to go with the little, usually damage boost strat, but since there's a star, you can avoid the damage. Makes it a lot quicker through the stage.
That makes it quite convenient, but he's going to be looking for another star here behind this question block. Instead, it's another leaf.
Yeah, so no upside down orb here, but Boom Boom's not that big of a deal here.
Oh, bad break there for Sharky, shorting that jump here in the World 3 fort. Hopefully he can take him down. He just has to get one hit. Got him.
There you go. Good hit.
So, World 2 is up next, so we've got Morton at the end as we've got the first appearance of the end card game. Now, what you see on the cards is not necessarily the prize that you're going to win. You're going to have to check your inventory to find out what you get. But no match for ibuba7, the board goes back.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know if he was really looking for matches. Maybe he was just doing some, planning ahead, seeing what there was. Maybe go back and do a full clear at one point.
That very well could be, as we now have 6-2. And 6-2, in my opinion, is a little bit deceptively difficult with the auto-scroller turned off, because there are some blind jumps. Like, for instance, if you were to go over that, where the 1-up is, you can't see what's below you. So you have to know the stage's layout, otherwise you're taking that long fall.
Yeah, and that's been a trouble for most runners, including myself, where you make a jump and then you realize, oh, I'm either too much or too little on that jump, and get to start a long stage all over again.
Next up, we have the World 1 fort, which tells us right there that it is not required to beat the natural way. We could go for the secret item on top. Unfortunately, that just won't be the case, but look at that. ibuba7 getting the mac and cheese on that clip. That was an amazing performance right there.
And that is not an easy clip to pull off, because it's much higher than most of the clips that we do in this game.
Yeah, there is an item that is above the ceiling, but without a tail, ibuba7 wasn't able to get to that, so no prize for him. However, he is going to look at the map and see that he could play the Hammer Bro stage for an extra item or take the pipe. He is going to play the Hammer Bro stage, using that fire suit to take down the Boomerang Bro. He will pick up a star. This could have been one of those situations. Use a star, get a star, but we didn't even need that star.
Yeah, Star's a great item, though. It can help you damage boost through the beginning of a level or even just take down Hammer Bros. So I always find that the stars, while some people may not like them, I think they're really good items.
Sharky currently holding his own here. He is now in 6-2, as ibuba7 has found one of the 9 beta stages that we can play in the randomizer. This is what we like to call the 5-3 beta. And it can be a dangerous level because there are no power-ups, and you have a lot of these underwater enemies to deal with in the bottom.
Yeah, it looks like the end of that level was pretty tame for Booba, because that could be really treacherous, especially if there's a lot of the bloopers with the families attached to them.
Booba making quick work of it, and Sharky gets through that blind jump.
I think he's hoping for another power-up, but the star is star, so he'll take it.
But now in 5-4 with an angry sun that's going to chase him right at the very end, but pretty much a non-factor, as Sharky opting for the 3-of-a-kind triple stars to add 5 1-ups to his inventory, so he's now got 8 extra lives in his fodder.
Not a bad idea. I have a feeling that we're going to see Sharky here use the hammer. It might save him a level, but he might feel he's behind, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used it here.
Sharky did manage to find a leaf. The first power-up had one, so he will be able to get the secret item. Unfortunately, not enough power to get up, and now he sees the fire flower, so he knows just dodge that. He'll get an extra item. We have the World 7 airship, the longest airship of the game. And we've got a music box as the item, so, well, ibuba7 didn't really miss out on much. We've already played World 7.
Yes.
And we've
Okay, so doesn't go for the hammer.
Oh, and we've got a very salty Morton Koopa who's got Earthquake, and 3 hits is not enough, but ibuba7 with the fire kill finishes him off. Boy, oh boy, Bowser, got to get him off that sodium.
Yeah, and Booba doing an excellent job with the fire kill there. That's not an easy thing to do, especially on that terrain with the Earthquake.
Because, of course, we've already seen the 2 Earthquake Koopalings in Ludwig and Morton. That means the rest of them will not have Earthquake.
That's true. So that should make Wendy actually a pretty formidable opponent. I find that she's more difficult without the Earthquake ability.
Especially if she's more than the vanilla 3 hits. I would know firsthand as we move on to, speaking of World 3 and Wendy, here we are. All you had to do is talk about it, and the situation presents itself.
Her ears were burning. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yes. We have found the Army stage now, or the Tanks level. This is the only one of the 4 military branches of Bowser that does not have a boom boom at an end, and therefore is not treated like a fortress like the other 3 branches, but we will get an item at the end.
Yeah, we see Sharky here down at 1-6, taking a little different route than what ibuba did.
Yeah, we did not see 1-6 on ibuba's side, as we've got another hammer for ibuba. And he could use the double hammer to break both boulders if he wanted to, as he's back to the end card game. Finds the match with the flower, and I remember where the mushroom is. Yep, so that's 2 matches. Sharky now working his way at 5-4. No match on the star, but he remembered that the second panel has it, but unfortunately Sharky falling in 5-4. A tough death to take as we pick up a Tanuki suit and a mushroom as some of the prizes.
Yeah, not a bad pickup at all from that. So you were talking about the double hammer strat, and unfortunately the way this world was laid out, it doesn't look like it was the best thing to do. So he's basically going to be kind of looking around to see what he needs to do to get to, there it is, there's the hammer on the lock, so therefore he knows exactly where he needs to go.
Absolutely, and of course we've got a star as the prize from our Fire Bros, as Sharky this time gets through 5-4, and yeah, he knows exactly that this is going to be the pipe that's going to lead the way out. We don't need to get a hammer to break that lock, and we have the World 4 airship. Oh, this is going to be a nasty Wendy fight because of the terrain.
Yeah, and I think here with Sharky, if he goes for the double hammer, it will actually save him a little bit of time. That's if he decides to go for it.
1 hit is not enough, and we will not be able to get the fire kill as Wendy takes that away. Oh, she has got some hefty jumping here. She's at least 4 hits. Oh, she's a 5-hitter. Oh, this is the fight that I was talking to you about, Kim. But ibuba pulls it off. Baconator Wendy goes down, and ibuba with the clutch finish will move on to the next world.
Yeah, that is not an easy fight, especially because she gets stuck in that down corner there, and then she does her high jumps. And with the rings bouncing around, we've seen a lot of runners struggle just not being able to survive that fight.
Yeah, that's a really difficult fight there. I'm sure I probably would have taken about 20 deaths to that fight alone. I mean, whenever she's more than 3 hits and she does not have Earthquake, yeah, it gets to be a real tough fight. So let's find out what our next world is going to be as we get a music box. Look at this. It's been 7, 2, 3, 4. How interesting is that? I'm calling it right now, Gimp. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
Why not? Let's do it. So Sharky there, Morton had 5 hits, so that was a 5-hit Morton Koopa.
Indeed, had the maximum sodium outtake there, but Sharky is able to take him down as we have Fort Knox and ibuba taking the intentional 100 coin fine. It's going to be faster just to take the fall, equip a flying device like this leaf here, and just move on.
Yeah, the process of going around to get a Tanuki suit is roughly about 90 seconds total to do that full lap. So this is much faster. You take the 10-second penalty to take a death and then jump right back in with the leaf or P-Wing.
Now here's Sharky in the army level, and he is small, so he's going to want to collect that power-up, which he does. Boom Boom goes down for ibuba7 here at Fort Knox, so he'll be able to move on to the next level. but that didn't break the lock, so it looks like it built the bridge unless there was a third fort.
Yeah, I have a feeling it probably built the bridge just from what we've seen, so it looks like World 4 is not terribly difficult, but it could be kind of long depending on these level sets that we're going to see.
And nasty enemy sets here in 1-3. ibuba7 opting not to go for the item behind the scenes. Use ducking on that white block. You blend into the background, but you still have to watch out for enemies that can take away your power-ups. There's an item at the end, but ibuba7 opting not to go for that.
Yeah, it looks like Sharky's going for the same tactics that Ibuba went with here, breaking the lock and heading straight into the World 3 air.
ibuba7 using a star, but unfortunately didn't get a star for a star. He ended up getting a music box instead. Now we've got 3-7, the level that I like to call jackpot, because there is a coin heaven here, and unlike many of the auto-scrollers, the auto-scrollers in coin heavens are not turned off. The same thing is applied to 5-9, and also the stage we like to call an Atlantis. At the end of that particular coin heaven here in 3-7, there is an item that you can get.
And Sharky's about to head into a fight he's not going to want to see here with Wendy having 5 hits and having that high jump. So he's got to be real careful here. Oof.
Yeah, the candy cane ring picks him off there. Yeah, there was a star at the end of the World 4 airship, and that is exactly what you don't want to see. You're absolutely right there. This could be a brutal fight here for Sharky as ibuba7 now on his way to Iggy. Let's see how strong he is. 2 hits, that is not enough. 3, nope. How about 4? 4 it is.
Yeah, so not a bad fight there. Not, no hitbox discrepancies there with Iggy, which could always be an issue here.
Star's going to come in handy for Sharky at the beginning of the fight. Plus, he used a tail, so he should have a good sporting chance of taking down Wendy, but that star just does not last very long, and he still needs 2 more hits. Now he just needs 1 more hit. Beautiful fight.
Yeah, a little closer at the end, but he handled it really well, just sticking to it and knowing when the timing is. So the timing with Wendy is you want to get it right as she's coming out of her shell.
And it is a 3-fort World 1 with 3 locks. Gross.
Yeah, and we're going to find 5F1 here to start. So Pinwing's not a bad item here because you get that speed, even though you're going to lose it here with one of those disco waffles. But Ibuba's going to make it look nice and easy here.
Yeah, this should be no problem for ibuba7 taking the damage boost all the way through. He just has to make sure that he times this fight perfectly with Boom Boom, which he does. Sharky now on his way to World 4.
But yeah, if you look at the timer right now, that's 16 minutes and he's in the World 5, so this has been kind of a jet seat, and it breaks the lock he needs.
Unfortunately, does not have a Jugum Cloud to skip this fort, and he's going to have to play the Carpet Fort, one of the more trickier forts in the game, 6F3.
Yeah, definitely difficult with the enemy sets here. You get the boo blankets here as well, and you'll see Ibuba take it pretty easily because he's an experienced vanilla runner, so he knows this level pretty well.
Oh, no question about it. Here's we've got a Boo Diddley, and we've got one of the normal hot foots and one of the crazy hot foots.
Yeah, it looks like Sharky's taking the long way around here for the Fort Knox level.
Well, he did exhaust some of his resources earlier, so he may not have had a tail to take that intentional 100-coin fine like ibuba7 did. So he's going to, play it out the normal way, get his Tanuki suit, as we now have the World 1 airship. That is the end of World 1. So we're going to have Larry Koopa in his natural habitat. So let's see how strong Larry is. Ibuba probably going to try to get the fire kill, because that's 1 hit. And gets the fire kill. Very good. That's another fire kill on the board for ibuba7. Sharky, though, missing the mark on where the exit pipe is, and that could cost him. Ooh. Yeah,
it looks like he missed it again, because as soon as you get the P-speed and it sticks, you have a certain time frame of being able to fly up there.
And it's not very long either. So, yeah, you did see that Sharky jumped a little too early. That pretty much decreased the amount of time he needed to get up to that pipe, but nevertheless does take down Boom Boom, so he'll move on to the next level. Let's see what Peach gives us here. Another music box when we don't really need it.
No, we don't. And it looks like he's going to check the pipes here. I think he's going to want to play, Yeah, he's going to want to play this fort to get to the other fort. And we're going to find 7F2. Yikes.
Oh, and it's a required 7F2 also. If I would have seen this, I'd be like, oh no, this is the end of my run, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the harder stages to see for most runners. Again, ibuba being a vanilla player, he knows this stage pretty well. You'll see him handle it without too much difficulty.
To me, it all depends on the pattern of piranha plants you get. If you get the normal piranha plants, it's not as bad. But if you get the ones that keep shooting fire and they're like all over the place, especially with that double pipe gauntlet, that is going to be hard to maneuver. But
Exactly.
Going to make 7F2, yeah. As you mentioned, being a vanilla runner that he is, it's a piece of cake for him.
Yeah, Sharky took an unfortunate death there at the end of 1-6, so he's working his way back up.
1-3 rather, of course, but I know.
Oh, 1-3. Yes, yes, thank you.
No problem at all there. And yeah, with this enemy set, yeah, just too easy to have that happen. ibuba7 checking the paradox pipe, so the tower not going to be required in this seed, but we're going to have to play through 3 levels, starting with 6-7.
And 6-7 can actually be pretty tricky as well. There's a couple blind jumps because it is an auto-scroller, so you just got to be a little careful with the jumps you take here. Usually when you see this level, you hope you have a tail.
Yeah, this is another one of the levels that Homer Simpson would appreciate with all the donut lifts there. But yeah, I can see exactly what you mean. And then, of course, you usually have fire enemies like that fire sink that you just saw. But ibuba7, no problem. He'll move on.
Sharky getting the item behind 1-6 finds a fire flower, which is a really good item to have, especially in this randomizer. A lot of people like the leaf, but I think the fire flower is one of the best items in the game.
You know, we haven't seen too many fire flowers, so yeah, that could be the only one. You know, we haven't seen any Hammer Bro suits either, so yeah, picking up that item in 1-3 there, it's huge there for Sharky.
So ibuba going for the wall clips here in 7-9. Not seeing a cheap R boss bass. This is generally pretty quick if you can pull off these clips.
Yeah, and the enemy set, this is the nasty one. This is where you're going to see fire nippers and patuis. So hopefully there's not any of those here down beneath where ibuba7 is, but it looks like right now he's going to be uncontested.
Yeah, he is. Unfortunately, he was jumping a little too late on those clips, but he does get the second one figured out and probably just take the middle pipe here. Yeah, he's just like, you know what, forget it. I'm so close. Let's just finish this up.
And there's that patui that I was talking about with those spiky balls that they're juggling like a circus performer would. And yeah, ibuba7 just going to finish it the natural way. And all in all, not a bad 7-9 performance there by ibuba, as Sharky looks like he's going for jackpot here in 3-7. Going to look to see what that item is.
Yeah, you never know. He might find a couple clouds. Like, he's going for all these items, and is probably looking for clouds. So clouds with some hammers, just to, if he can take 1 or 2 levels off at a time, that's probably what he's looking for.
Meanwhile, we've got 3-3 with ibuba7, but I don't see a boss bash, just a couple of cheaps. So this should be pretty easy pickings there.
Yeah, very easy level, especially when you're not having to deal with the fish underneath.
And ibuba does clear 3-3, and Sharky finding a coin chip here, which is, again, normally a slow auto-scroller, but that has been turned off. So Sharky will just grab a lot of coins, pick up that one up, but he'll have to take down 2 Boomerang Bros in order to collect his prize, as we have the World 2 airship that ibuba's dealing with, and there's a Jugum Cloud.
Yeah, so finding an item that is really helpful. He's just going to have to start playing a little more aggressively if he's hoping to catch up, as ibuba takes down Roy with 1 hit to get into World 7 at the 22-minute mark.
Yeah, Roy definitely not our boy this time around, being just a 1-hitter, but ibuba7 will gladly take that, and that means he'll be moving on to World 6. Sharky getting cornered here. He's in trouble. And there's that hitbox that you mentioned about Iggy Koopa, and Sharky just got hitboxed.
Yeah, an unfortunate hit, but he's going to bounce right back into there. The World 5 airship's not a very long level, so you can get there pretty quickly, especially if you can keep to the top route.
Is this the Mushroom Kingdom's greatest hit seed? We just got another music box from the princess.
They must just be really in the mood to listen to some music today.
It must be, as we're now in the Oasis level 2-4.
Yeah, and this level could be really treacherous because there are enemies above in the higher part of the level. They can pose a problem for the runners.
Oh, and Sharky gets squashed on by Iggy there, and is at least 4 hits.
And Booba getting a weird clip there, clipped into the first block, which just pushed him out to the side.
That was pretty cool there as Abuba picks up another star, so he'll be wanting to try to dodge a star in the next level. But he's going to check this pipe first. Will it help him, or is it going to be a troll pipe that leads him directly below? Well, the pipes are actually pretty bad. Look at these pipes.
It's just awful pipes. So it looks like we're going to see a long World 6 here.
Here is 6-8, the only Greenland level, and as we were talking about before the show here, Gimp, we've got Boss Bass in 6-8, and he loves to hang around here.
Yeah, Boo's just got to be careful with these Paragumas. They're all over the level.
And he is able to avoid the third star to avoid the fireworks animation, and Sharky does manage to take down Iggy Koopa, and we'll be moving on to World 1. Now it's Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, pick your fort, and he's picked the World 8 fort.
Yeah, not a terrible fort. Like I said before, there's a really tough P-switch one cycle to pull off, and we'll see if Abuba can pull it off here.
Indeed. So I'd rather take the World 8 fort than the World 7 F2 fort any day of the week. Of course, you got to know your way around this maze. There are a lot of doors, and you got to find the right set of doors to go through. As ibuba7 is going to try to get that one cycle. He's not going to be able to get it, so he's just going to slow down, pick up this P-switch, see what we've got. It's a leaf. Probably not what he was looking for. He was probably hoping for a star or a fire flower. So he's going to take the intentional damage boost so he can just quickly get to the fight.
Yeah, you can tell Abuba can smell the brackets waiting for him, so he really wants to succeed and get these wins under his belt.
Meanwhile, Sharky now in 5F1. He's about to take on Boom Boom. Let's see how he does. There's the first hit. And the second one. And down goes Boom Boom. So here's the end card game for Abuba. Let's see. He's got 3 matches so far. Finds the one for the mushroom. We saw the 20 earlier, so that's another match. The one up, that was on the upper left corner. So he's got 2 sets left, the 10 and the star, and he gets lucky, and he clears the board.
Yeah, so let's see if he finds anything useful here. Looks like a hammer was possibly one of the items.
He also got a P-Wing out of that as well. I believe the 10 coin might have been the P-Wing there. As we now have 7-4. This is another one of those levels that's more palatable with the auto-scroller turned off. This is one of those levels I always liked to skip when I was a kid.
Yeah, definitely not a fun level, especially with the auto-scroller. Looks like I'm believing the 1-up was a hammer. So it's a very valuable item, but then again, it just depends on the runner. For myself, that's not worth playing the end card game again for.
Yeah, I mean, the prizes were kind of underwhelming this time around. I mean, yeah, we did have a P-Wing, we did have some Tanuki suits, but yeah, no clouds, no Hammer Bros suits, no hammers. So yeah, ibuba7, if he sees another end card game, he'll probably just skip.
Yeah, no, this blooper's not playing nice here.
Yeah, and the anti-bloopers tend to not play nice usually, as Sharky did get a match on the mushrooms. Now he's got a match on the stars. Finds one on the flower, so he's got 3. Make it 4 with the 20 coin, but it'll stop at 4. Not a bad haul, though, for Sharky. Now he just needs to decide what's going to be next. And he's going to use a mushroom, as we have 1-2 on Abuba's side. And this is one of those Hammer Bro levels that you didn't get to see. This was what it would have looked like had there been any Hammer Brother levels in World 7. That's the background that would have been used.
Yeah, and one fun fact that there are no power-ups in those blocks. The power-ups are kind of randomized as well, just like in the vanilla game. They might show up, they may not. I believe it's on the frame that you go into the stage is when it shows up.
I did not know about what determined whether or not you were going to get power-ups behind those bricks there. We've got, a test here for ibuba7. Can he get the wall jump in 6-9? Tough to do when you're big, much easier when you're small.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. So that big, blue reflectant on the ice is where you want to jump. But when you're big, it's a much smaller frame to hit that wall clip.
Sharky will be moving on to the next level himself. He'll be moving on to World 5. When I was a kid, I really didn't like 6-9, but, now looking back at it, I don't think 6-9 is all that bad.
No, it's kind of a longer level just because there's some swimming in it, but overall, it's a pretty quick stage.
ibuba7, I tell you what, that was some good patience there because that Rocket Chief was coming to get him.
So Sharky's kind of looking at the map right now, trying to figure out where he needs to go, and he does find 7F2.
Yeah, and he's going to have to play it out whether he likes it or not. This fort is required because it's going to build that bridge. Then just slips right off of that disco waffle ledge there as ibuba7 getting the clip here in the World 6 airship.
Yeah, that's a good time save. It saves a little bit. It's not a lot, so if you can get it in the first try, good. If not, just keep moving.
I like this idea from Sharky, using the P-Wing here in 7F2. There's just one problem. Yeah, that's the problem right there.
Yeah, getting hit and then immediately dropping like a pile of bricks.
Yeah, you can't just cheese the entire level just because of that barrier there where that thwomp is.
We're taking down Lemmy, and it's at 2901, so we're hitting the World 8 chat. How many bridges are you thinking? I'm thinking one. I'm thinking one bridge.
One seems like a good guess. I'll go for 2 bridges.
2 bridges, yeah. The last two that I rolled were 0 bridges, so got to see that spectacle.
I was gonna say, well, if the last 2 have been 0, you're due to have at least 1.
Maybe we'll be lucky and we'll see 4.
That would be the ultimate. I mean, there have been 2 known instances, at least to my knowledge. GamerCal, he says he has one. We did have a visual proof that Tapatio had one as well.
Yeah, and ibuba got another music box from Peach today.
You gotta be kidding me! All these music boxes. This has got to be a record. I've never seen so many music boxes after World 7 like this seed right here.
So we just saw 1 lock, so we're down to 3 bridges.
Yep, that's right. 4 bridges will not be a thing this time because we did see that lock. So 1 bridge it is. You were right. Well played.
Now the trick is, which fort is it?
Exactly. Only one of those 4 forts is going to build the bridge, and we haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to say 3F2.
That's a good possibility. That has been the gatekeeper in a lot of races.
That's why I called it. I've been paying attention there, Gimp, as we have 2-5. Now, this was the tank level. This ends up being not the fort stage, but it's short enough that ibuba7 is just going to play it rather than take the fine.
Yeah, I would just finish this stage because, one, it's going to open up the whole right side of the map for him to start exploring. So he finds another lock. Okay.
Okay, so he's going to take the pipe as Sharky's now in 6-7 over there. There's that blind jump. He almost took a fall there from that ice.
Yeah, so he's got to play the stage. He's going to be happy to see 7-1. A very easy level to beat if you can get the clip. He does have a tail, so it's going to be a little more difficult, but Booba's that veteran player, so it's no problem.
Gets it on the 3rd try. That was a very impressive performance there. Not easy to do with the tail, as you mentioned there, Gimp.
Exactly, first try.
Yeah, first try every try. Has Crazy Dude been talking to you lately?
No, that's just something I always say. First try. I mean, it may take me 32 tries, but I always get it on the first try.
Exactly. Here's 4F1. If there's 4F1, we haven't seen 4F2 yet. There's got to be 4F2, but I'm still thinking 3F2 somewhere here.
Somewhere, or it could be 6F2. We haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, we have to have a World 6 for it when we're doing comms together, but yep, only the 1 left, and ibuba taking the top route. Ooh, gets a Fire Flower. Will he be able to get to it with those 2 Boo Diddleys chasing after him? He does. Yeah,
the important thing is we haven't seen a hammer suit, so he's going to try and hold on to this power-up as long as possible.
Sharky taking a chance here, used 2 Jugum Clouds to get past those 2 levels that ibuba7 could not use a Jugum Cloud to. This is a risk. Oh no! And he misses jump, and now he's in big trouble because it's just a star.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see here. But remember, Roy was a one-hit wonder, so hopefully the fight goes well.
And that he doesn't get hitboxed. Thankfully, he didn't.
So Booba finding out that was not the fort, so he's got 2 forts down. He's got 2 more to go.
Yep, that's right. I still think it's going to be 3F2, and he's going to play this. Another test of the clip here, 7-6.
Yeah, great levels to see here in World 8, especially if you know how to pull off the clip. They're actually fairly easy. It's just about jumping at the right angle, and there's some sub-pixel manipulation, but at the same time, you can just keep trying until you basically force yourself into the wall.
And once again, ibuba7 pretty quick. Only took him 3 attempts, but for all intents and purposes, first try.
Yeah, first try every time.
Absolutely. And now, well, this is in the exact correct spot just about. This is the Air Force stage.
Yeah, Air Force stage, not the worst one you want to see. It can actually go pretty quickly. Even with the auto-scroller off, it's still a really fast stage.
Yeah, with the auto-scroller turned off, it's still kind of tricky because you have some real big jumps and you have to watch out for those rocky wrenches. But yeah, it's much more palatable when the auto-scroller is turned off.
We see on Sharky's side the Hammer Bro doing his own style of a clip.
Oh,
Ooh,
look at that
sniped.
takeoff. Yeah, that was a snipe job if I've ever seen one there. And let's see if that is the one that built the bridge. Was the Air Force the gatekeeper, or do we have to keep on looking? Let's take a look. Nope.
Wow, full clear almost.
That's why we call World 8 the Great Equalizer, Gimp, is because it looks like it's going to be a quick World 8, and no, it's not.
You know, I honestly can say since the most recent patches with this that it has not been, there's not been a fast World 8. They've all been pretty long.
I've seen a couple of quick World 8s, but you have to have hammers to make it happen.
Exactly.
You're not going to have a World 8 that's just handed to you on a silver platter. You have to work for it in some aspect, whether it's a full clear or you have to have the resources in order to make it work for you. As he's going to play this level, and, well, we have seen all 4 of the military stages. Here is Super Tanks.
Yep, and another fast one. You take that auto-scroller off, and you can definitely get the P-speed and make it some quick work.
All right, here we go with the fight. There's 2 hits, and there is the 3rd hit. So now, there's only 1 level left, because we did... This is either going to break the lock, which is guarding the whatever the Super Tanks level is going to have, or this one builds the bridge. He's going to find out right now. Nope, it did not build the bridge. It broke that lock, so he has to play that last one, and 6-1 stands in his way. All right, people in chat predict which fort it's going to be. I'm still calling 3F2.
3F2? I'm going to still call for 6F2.
Well, that would be nice. We haven't seen either one of those yet.
The boss pass does get a little bit of a snack on Sharky, and we've had 4F1 for the Gatekeeper.
No, 4F2. We had already seen
4F2.
And you know what? It kind of makes sense considering we had seen 4F1. These 2 forts typically pair up, so 4F2 is our Gatekeeper.
Yeah, 4F2 and 4F1 definitely show up a lot more often together than the other 2. A lot of times you'll see 7F1 and 7F2 get paired up together as well.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see ones like 3F1 and 3F2 pair up, 5F1 and 5F2 pair up. They do happen, but not as often as 4 and 7. Sharky gets by 6-8 with the boss bass, and we'll move on to the next level, but ibuba7 is going to be on his way to Bowser's Castle. Let's check his inventory to see what he'll be able to use. He does have a Fire Flower, so he'll have an opportunity to get the Fireball kill on Bowser. He'll need 35 Fireballs to do so.
Sharky found himself in the World 8 fort, so on all intents and purposes, you know, Sharky's held up a pretty good fight. It's just ibuba's been pulling off a lot of these vanilla strats and it's been working in his favor.
Although he is having a tough time with the Everyman's Clip, does manage to get it there. So let's see what he decides to do. Is he going to go for top route strats, DLP strats? Go for top route strats. Let's see if he's able to pull it off. 2 is no. 3, nope. So this clip giving him a little bit of trouble here. Nope. And we'll see how many attempts he takes before he decides. 5 attempts. Not too shabby, but it's first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's honestly, I think that clip's probably one of the hardest clips in the game to pull off because you have such little terrain to work with.
Oh, definitely, because you have to have a good enough P speed there to make the jump happen. So here we go, ibuba7 trying to take down Bowser with the 35 fireballs. Let's see if he can get the fire kill. Gonna get up close and personal, and down he goes. Get your GGs out for ibuba7. He will take the first game of the match between him and sharky2107 as Sharky taking down the World 8 fort.
And an excellent display of performance there by ibuba. This obviously shows why he's one of the top runners. Oh, and Sharky does find a hammer suit, though, from this hammer bro.
Wow, we did not see that on Booba's side. That is a rare treasure there. So Sharky will be able to go for the hammer bro kill on Bowser once he gets there.
So ibuba's time, finishes with a race GG time of 38 minutes exactly. So pretty good time there for him as well, considering that World 8 and World 7 were necessarily long.
Yeah, World 8 ended up being a full clear, which again, that's what the Great Equalizer does. So we'll see if Sharky is able to find a quicker way to get there, maybe utilizing the hammer on the correct lock. And if that happens, that's how you can make that comeback happen. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, because Sharky found that lock at the very beginning of the world, and if he had a hammer, I believe he had a hammer.
He did. He just didn't make the right decision. I mean, and that's not ibuba7's fault. It's just one of those coin flips. You just end up losing that coin flip.
It's a 33% chance of guessing if you have the right lock there, even if you need it.
All right, so you're Sharky now in 7-4 with the fire suit. Always good to have in these kind of levels to take down your seafood enemies and your big Berthas. And your nanny bloopers. Some nice firing there by Sharky. Watch out for those electrical eels because they'll take away your power. Another nice shot. Oh, Sharky getting too close on that one, though. Nonetheless, though, he gets a refill.
Yeah, great pickup by him there, grabbing the fire. The fire suit is such a great item. Like I said before, it's one of my favorite power-ups here. As far as for going fast and being aggressive, the tail is definitely a safe item, so whenever people are asking me, like, oh, I'm pretty new to this, like, what's a good item to have, the tail is just a safe item. It gives you good jumps, allows you to fly, however, it is a lot slower.
Next up, we've got 1-2 for Sharky. Oh, normally you see a regular enemy there, but that spiny tricked Sharky right there.
Yeah, an interesting hit on the P block there. He broke the block and it popped the P block, it looked like.
Really? I did not see that. That is crazy with what he did there. That is an interesting glitch. I've never seen that before myself, but Sharky gonna pick up the tail here and finish off 1-2, no problem. Oh, whoa! It's Sharky doing the snapping this time on that Paragoomba. That was amazing. I thought he was gonna lose that tail.
Yeah, the Paragoomba definitely would have gotten me if I was running it.
All right, next up, we've got 6-10 on Sharky's side.
That 6-10 is an interesting level. There's a lot of different tactics you can use to get through it.
Definitely. I mean, casually, this is one of the more interesting levels of the game because if you have a fire suit, you can use that to melt the coins, but you have to watch out that you don't melt the chompers there. Furthermore, there's a P switch where if you're able to get to it, there's a secret pipe that before I ever did commentary for this, I actually didn't know about.
Yeah, and I was not aware until you told me, so something you learn something new every day, right?
Absolutely. This game's more than 30 years old, and we're just continuing to learn new things about it, new strats and whatnot. Sharky has a hammer, so he's just going to skip his way through and make his way to the airship where Lemmy will await him.
Yeah, we'll see if Sharky goes for the clip here that ibuba was able to pull off. I don't think he will. I think at this point he knows ibuba finished, so he just wants to get done.
I'm certainly there, so he'll probably grab this power up here, which ends up being a mushroom. That's going to help him out because I do believe Lemmy had quite a few hits on him. He might have been a jumbo shrimp. Let's take a look.
I think it was 4, maybe 5. I'm thinking it was 4.
No, he was the maximum coverage there.
Okay.
He was the jumboest of jumbo shrimp. So Sharky, shorted the jump.
Yikes! You never want to see that. That's because that's a long stage to go back through.
Yep, gonna use the P-wing now.
Taking the top route here, which is actually, you can actually pull that off if you don't have a P-wing. You have to get a certain kind of a running start with the beginning of the stage.
I think I've actually seen a few runners pull that off during the tournament already. You're right about that, Gimp. So Sharky just going to stay right here. But he still has to watch out for those circus balls because they bounce pretty high and he loses it.
Oh.
And now he's getting juggled all over the place.
Well, it's robbed of that one of those hits there by the ball itself.
But this time he does clutch it out, finishes the job, and he'll be on his way to World 8.
He's going to be very disappointed to see that Peach has another music box for him.
Yeah, I mean, Peach has been listening to a lot of music that just wants to share it with the rest of us. So now, let's see. I don't know if Sharky has any more hammers left in his inventory. If he does, though, it'll be decision time for him, and we'll see if he's able to make the right decision. That's provided if he does have a hammer. He's going to check the pipes now.
Yeah, I think he used his last hammer on that lock there for World 6.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. As Sharky's now he's going to take the intentional 100-coin fine. Problem is, little does Sharky know, he's going to have to play that stage.
Yeah, he's gonna backtrack here to check the other pipe, find what he's looking for, but then be very disappointed with the result.
Yeah, he's going to see that the one bridge is going to be required, and again, we know that it's 4F2 that ended up being the gatekeeper. Yep, sees the bad news. It's never going to be that easy. You're never going to see a World 8 where Bowser's Castle's like right there and there's no bridges. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen it, Gimp. I certainly haven't.
I haven't, and maybe in the beginning stages of the randomizer, but so far as I know, there is logic behind it that he has to clear at least 1 or 2 forts to get to Bowser.
Exactly. Yep. So now Sharky sees 7F1, and I do not want to play 7F1 naturally because you saw that Fire Nipper.
Yeah, no, you saw the Fire Nipper, and I always tell, because some people are like, man, I don't want to play 7.5, I don't want to play 6.6, I don't want to play 7F2. I'm like, I don't want to play 7.6 or 7.1 in a randomizer, because one, you rarely play it as it is, and then seeing a random enemy set like that, no thanks.
Yeah, that's the worst enemy set you can see there. In fact, there is a clip out there, I think it was the year before Gimp. I was doing commentary, and we had a runner get to the end of 7-1, and at the very end, sometimes you have an enemy that rains down on you, and it was a Nipper that rained down on a runner, and it ended his game. Yeah,
and I've actually rolled seeds and did commentary for a race where 7F1 was the beginning stage of the race. So they had no power-ups, no way to clip through the wall, and I mean, we were seeing multiple game overs just from that stage.
Night Shifter says that he has seen a situation where there was a free World 8. There was a bridge, but it was on the other side of the pipe. That's what it sounds like. That it tells me. It must be like 1,000-to-1 seed then. Yeah,
it's really rough really hard to see that kind of a setup go. I think in the 1 to 2 bridges is the most common.
Sharky trying to get this clip. He knows he does not want to play this particular level, but again, with the tail, it's harder to pull off.
Yeah, the way that you descend with the tail is a little slower than a normal jump, and I believe that's what plays part into how you clip into the wall itself.
Not to mention that you have the sub-pixel rules in this game. And Sharky just says he's decided he's had enough.
Yeah, it's tough to do. He can go for the to get enough P speed to fly, and I think that's what he's going for here.
Yeah, that was some nifty dodging of those fireballs there. Hopefully that's the only one we see, but knowing this randomizer, it probably won't.
Yeah, it could be pretty tough to get through this. Fun fact, if you can get on top of these like he's doing here, you can find a 1-up.
Oh, but then he loses that tail.
And finding a Patooey up here instead of a Koopa to break the block, and there goes a Nipper right down.
Speaking of raining Nippers, I didn't expect that particular one, but there you go. The raining Nippers here at 7-1.
And you can see overall, this is just a stage you don't want to play in general. It's such a long stage. Because you're doing the vertical climb, you have all these enemies.
And then you have the fire piranhas that are normally not there.
Exactly.
And now he's in trouble. Yeah. You knew that wasn't going to end well when he was just bouncing up and down there. This is not good.
No. And it's unfortunate that he's having to see that and being very limited on powers here. I mean, you can't really use a music block to clip through it.
And Sharky trying to clip small, but unfortunately you can't clip small.
He could possibly, and this is just a theory, and I'm thinking you can clip through that second pipe. With Small Mario, if you go at a certain speed, you can clip into a corner, and it would just push you to the end. But it'd be a very, very long clip because he'd have to go through that and then the pipes at the end of the level as well.
And now Sharky's saying, you know what? Let's go to the 2-5 level. He's going to play that out. So I don't know if this is exactly the path he needs. It might be.
Yeah, I think he actually does need to play this level because it will lead to, I believe, the Navy stage, which was Air Force, that will break that lock.
Right, and then he could play that fort, which gets into 4F2, which will, yeah. So let's see how that plays out. Yeah, Meeting Guy DP pointing out in chat there, Gib, is that you can use the 7-7 clip in 7-1. It's the same clip that you do in 7-7.
It's a really tricky clip. There's that lock that's blocking him, so he is going to have to play 7-1.
Do you see how many music boxes he has in his inventory? It's 7. 7, Gimp.
That will probably fill up his Walkman a few times.
Yes, it will.
Thinking about the P-Wing, maybe just fly through the level and play it safe, which is not a bad idea.
And not at all. He just has to make sure that he has to. Oh my God! Why do you do that? Just go to the right.
I believe Sharky likes to play with fire.
You're not wrong there, Gimp. Oh boy! All right, now there we go. Nice shot.
Watch out for the nipper that fell from the sky. There he is.
Oh, yep, you just alluded to it. He just missed. Oof.
Yeah, taking that side, that's the smart route.
Perfect. This is exactly what you needed to do there. Now he just has to watch out for something that might be above him. Is it a nipper? Not this time, just the patooey.
And he got lucky. It's interesting to see the patooey just kind of hovering. I guess they don't really have a box for them to give them any sort of gravity.
Nope. So, yep, that was a good move there to use the P-Wing there, and he'll be moving on. So, a little bit of a crisis averted, but he'll still have to figure out a way to do the clip in 7-6 because now he won't have the P-Wing to make that happen.
Yeah, and that's the stage right there. He's going to play the fort, which is probably what I would have done. But something about the logic of World 8 really makes me feel like I don't know what the right answer is half the time, because sometimes playing the fort behind a level is the right choice, and other times it's the one that can cost a race for you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No question about it here. And finds a star. That'll be good. Help him get out of this basement.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of runners take this bottom route just because the trick to get past that thwomp up top is really tricky. You got to do a crouch jump and then still have enough speed to slide underneath if you're hoping to keep your power up.
Not to mention that you usually have Boo Diddleys and Hotfoots trying to take away that power up just as quickly as those thwomps. But Sharky does manage to get through 4F1. And yep, Night Shifter making a good point. He has to be careful because the last thing he wants is a game over. Because if he does game over, those panel stages reset.
Exactly. So he's going to check the pipe again. Unfortunately, he's going to find disappointment here. And I think if I'm him, like if I'm thinking correctly, he's probably going to go back to that stage that's blocking the Navy.
He doesn't want to do 7-1 because this time he's not going to have the power-ups to do so. So now he's thinking about which way to go. He's going to play this. This will be 7-6. Let's see if he can get the clip this time.
It's very possible to get it here. He kind of wishes he still had his P-Wing because that would make it a lot easier to just fly over the stage instead of having to try to clip with the tail.
Correct, because unlike 7-1, you actually can fly over 7-6 and just skip doing the clip and the stage altogether. But Sharky, unfortunately, does not have that luxury now. And I don't know if I want to know what kind of enemy sets here in 7-6.
No, I don't want to know. I don't even want to think about it because 7-6 is definitely a much longer stage.
I see a bomb. Oh. There you go, that fire piranha.
So on this part here, if you get enough speed, you can hit that pipe on the right and still get inside of it. Instead of having to take this platform. It's a little risky because if you miss, you do lose some time, but it is kind of a time save there.
He's gonna have to be careful. Oh no. Okay, good. He saw that. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble. I need to do that earlier because I think a lot of these runners who are in this tournament probably aren't used to playing 7-6.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, and I know a lot of people here. I was reading in the chat. The people are basically they're afraid to try the randomizer because they don't know how to clip. And to be honest, those are the two easiest clips you can learn. You can ask any of the runners here. We'll teach you how to do it. It's not hard, it's just tricky when you have the tail.
Alright, so timing's going to be everything here for Sharky. Watch out. Okay. Alright, the last step. Don't miss this jump. He got it.
Oof. I've missed it. I'll admit, I've missed it quite a bit.
I've seen people miss that jump, and I think Sharky now wants those 5 up, so he's going to build up that P speed, and he gets it.
All right, there you go.
That's the kind of insurance Sharky's going to need for the rest of this game here. So now, you'll be able to get to this level right here. This is going to end up being the Air Force, but again, what we need is 4F2. I believe, is this... No, this is not the one that unlocked the lock. It's the other one that unlocked it.
Yeah, but he's going to need this to unlock another lock. That's going to give him access to the rest of the world. But yeah, the full clear here in World 8, definitely something you don't want to see, even if you're in the lead. It's just a really long stage, but it's part of the race, you know?
And it's one of those situations that's going to affect your average, and, you know, no fault of your own. That's just the way that World 8 was laid out. Because average time is going to mean a lot when we get to the bracket stages, because that's going to determine the seeding, as it were. Because, you know, we've got 4 runners who are 6-0, including Human Mustard, Proe, Macobra, and Mitch. And whoever has the fastest average time of those 4, they're going to have the #1 seed.
Yeah, so that's why even when I race ibuba tomorrow and I lose, I have to make sure I have really good time so I don't get paired up with one of those guys.
Precisely. All right, so he's gonna go back. He's gonna see if that bridge is built, but he's gonna see it's not built.
Yeah, that's always the worst thing. I had that in my race against Sharky, the one that he beat me, and I had to keep going back to check everything and instead of just clearing it all and then going back.
Hey, Gim, I have no idea who Donnie Fandango is. Who's Donnie Fandango?
He is a radio personality on one of our radio stations here in St. Louis.
Oh, I can see why you would think I would know who Donnie Fandango is, because I'm a Cardinals fan and all, but I'm actually not from St. Louis. I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay, we'll let you stay a fan.
All right, so now Sharky going to play the Super Tanks level, and this will unlock the path to 4F2, so he should be on his way now. But he's got to watch out. Ooh, close call.
Oh, look at that, the random spawns on the backside. If you go quickly enough, when the cannons are going to spawn, they'll spawn, but on the off screen, so they'll spawn in a different spot.
I noticed that there, Gim. I was thinking, did I just see the magic bullet theory there from those cannonballs?
It happens a lot in the World 1 airship, and it always gets me, because I'm going so fast that when the turning cannons, whenever it fires, it ends up firing on a block that doesn't have a cannon on it, so then I get hit by it.
All right, so Sharky, once again, he's going to check, but again, he's going to be disappointed. It's not going to be the one that's going to build the bridge he needs for F2.
I can imagine right now Sharky is that frustration side, and at the same time he's probably chuckling a little bit to himself like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep, it's one of those World 8s, those linear World 8s. If you didn't have the right equipment or you didn't have enough, I mean, ibuba, again, had the hammer, just didn't pick the correct lock to make this a potential Jet World 8. As Sharky finds a star, which will help him against Boss Bass here. Did you see that? Did you see that Boss Bass just...
We're talking pixels away from getting eaten.
No, but that Boss Bass just completely ignored that star. Just... It was like Neo dodging bullets in the Matrix there.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful. Boss Bass has an end-game timer of 5 seconds when he comes back, so that's something to keep in mind if you are running. I know most people aren't going to be looking at the timer, but just if you kind of count to yourself, you can predict when he's going to come back on you.
And here we go for F2. This will be the one that builds the bridge for Sharky. Not a terribly difficult fort. Casually, I loved 4F2 because there's a secret passage, but obviously in a race situation, it's not practical.
Yeah, whenever I did casual playthroughs, I'd always go through it, and I never really knew how short this fort really was, because I always took that route.
Yep, the pipe is just right there, so this is actually an extremely short fort, speedrunning-wise, and playing it in the randomizer. Sharky does take down Boom Boom, and he'll be on his way to Bowser's Castle. And remember, he still has that Hammer Brothers suit, so he can take that with him to the fight.
Yeah, good for Sharky on that. We saw a racer the other night use their hammer suit really early on in the seed and didn't have it when it came to the end of the race, which kind of cost him it.
And Sharky, let's see. He is going to use the Hammer Bro suit. I thought maybe he might have just saved it just in case things didn't go well. Then he would have had 2 shots at it, but he's going to go right for the Hammer Bro suit.
Yeah, I would have used all 6 music boxes too, just for a little bit of luck. Hey, look at that top clip. Well done.
That's kind of crazy. That was a clip that ibuba7 didn't get, and Sharky, was struggling with those clips on 7-1 and 7-6, and manages to get the one in Bowser's Castle and the Everyman's clip. Oh, that'd be something if he were to go 3 for 3.
It's going to go for the trifecta here.
Can he get the trifecta? Oh, no. He didn't crouch. Otherwise, he might have had a shot. Second try, though. I'll count that as a win.
Yeah, no, I will tell you now, that right there is what beat me in my race against him. He played a perfect Bowser's Fortress.
All right, with the Hammer Bro suit, just a few hammers we need. Hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser.
Yeah, well done there by Sharky. Struggled a little bit, but in the end, he looked really good. Getting all 3 of those clips perfectly.
Yeah, very strong finish there by Sharky there. Get your GGs out for him.
So yeah, Sharky finishing with a race GG time of 1 hour, 1 minute, 10 seconds. Kind of a rough seed for him, but overall, he played really well. And you got to remember, ibuba is one of the top runners in this tournament.
Oh, no question about it there. And yes, again, that was a rough go there in that World 8, especially with 7-1. Otherwise, it probably would have been a much, much faster time. But nonetheless, Sharky getting those cobwebs shaken off. I'm sure he's going to have a better race against ibuba in Game 2.
That's right. So we're going to give the racers here a little bit of time while we get set up, and we'll see you in a few.
right, folks, welcome back to game number 2 of ibuba7 versus sharky2107 here on the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on SpeedGaming 2. I'm LZ Guards Fan 23 and Gib Extreme joining me on the call here. ibuba7 taking game number 1, which improves his record to 3-0. So if ibuba7, again, if he wins this game, punches a ticket to the bracket stages, as does my partner Gib Extreme. So we have this time, we've got that the hammers do not break locks. We still have the end card game here. And this time, no question marks, so we'll be able to see the panel numbers, but no hammers breaking locks. How's that going to change up their strategy, Kim?
So it's basically going to rely on the importance of finding items like Jugum Clouds, mushrooms, leaves. Hammers, they're good, but they're only going to be good for a couple worlds. We're talking World 2, World 3, World 4 at best, and maybe World 6. So should be an interesting race this time around because you're going to see more of a skill-based running strategy here than just, relying on the luck of RNG.
Yeah, most certainly there. So both these runners are going to be ready to go. So just a few moments, we're going to get things started quickly. People in chat predict what? Never mind, we're out of time. World 2.
Yeah, World 2 starting with 2 forts, and we're going to find 5F2 to start.
We did not see this one in game number 1. Of course, we have the legendary Red Fortress here in World 2 as well. You sometimes see that in Worlds 1 or 2.
Yeah, you can see that sometimes, and usually a lot of times with World 5, when you see that blue fort, that's kind of the key to tell you which one's going to break the lock, as long as there's 2 forts. But then again, you never know with these worlds. It could just be that random colorization to it.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is in the randomizer. Oh, and Sharky getting potaboed there in 5F2.
Yeah, the trick about 5F2, don't stop moving. Keep moving, and you'll stay ahead of the fireballs.
Yep, absolutely. And here is the World 1 fort, so we know this is not going to be a required one to beat naturally, but last time ibuba7 played this, he did not have a tail. It wasn't available to him at the end. How about this time? Nope, again, so he's going to go for the clip. Does not get it this time.
Yeah, it doesn't get, like I said before, that's a really tough clip, and the fact that he got in the first race proves that it's pretty difficult.
Sharky with the star will be able to finish off 5F2. Here's ibuba now, ready to take on Boom Boom, and with the fire suit, he's no match.
Easily takes him down. Sharky just about a stage behind, just that death halfway through the stage kind of hurts, but you never know, the race is still young.
Now we've got 6-2. Again, the auto scrollers are turned off in the randomizer with the exceptions of 5-9, Atlantis, and Coin Heavens. We did not see 5-9 or Atlantis, and that's probably to the disappointment of some people in chat. Maybe we'll see it here in game 2.
Yeah, again, with this stage, there's a lot of blind jumps to it, so you want to make sure that you're not doing anything too crazy, but yet not too soft.
Again, Sharky won't be able to get the item up top either. No tail available, so he'll have to do it the traditional route. And that pipe is going to be helpful because that'll enable us to skip a couple panel stages and just needs to do panel 1. What do we have here? It is 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, not a bad stage. We don't see boss bass. We usually do see boss bass in the stage, but again, we see those fire snake enemies, not the enemy type you want to see.
Yeah, that's the natural enemy that you would see in the vanilla game anyway. And yeah, you're right. 2-1 is another one of those stages that Boss Bass likes to call home. I mean, 6-8, 4-2 is another one. And ibuba7 does manage to take it down, and he'll be moving on to the airship. But before he does that, he'll have to take down this hammer bro here. And it's a sledgehammer bro. Ooh. Be able to get a power up behind the bricks, and my goodness gracious, what a trend!
Another star.
Star? That wasn't a star. That was a music box. We've seen
That was a music box?
Yes.
When you said that, I missaw it, so it looked like a star at the last blink of it.
Oh my goodness gracious! For those of you who just joined us, Sharky at one point in his inventory had 7 music boxes, and Peach, I think, was responsible for at least 4. As we start off with the World 7 airship, Morton last time was the maximum saltiness here, and this time he's the minimum! So Bowser definitely took him off the sodium there.
Yeah, not what you expected at first, but hey, you know what? Bowser did listen to our memo.
He certainly did, so he'll be quickly moving on to the second world. And there's Sharky picking up that same music box we saw ibuba pick up. So he's going to get through panel 1, then he'll take on the airship as well.
Just 4 minutes to get outside of that first world. We're going to see World 5 come up here, and they pick up a Jugum Cloud from the princess, so maybe she's done listening to some music.
Oh, and there's a required 5-9, so people who wanted to see trolley levels like this, you've already got one of the levels on the board. Sharky having to do a lot of dodging to avoid the fire chomps and fire snakes, but he's got to watch out at the end because there's a fire snake waiting for him. Will he slow down to recognize that? Yeah, good job.
Yeah, good play there by Sharky. Ibuba here playing the stage. I think he's going to save the Jugum Cloud because they are very valuable, but I have a feeling we might see Sharky just use it right away.
He very well might. Yeah, that is very true. Resource management is a key here in Super Mario 3 Randomizer, just like it is in Zelda Randomizer, another game that I do quite a bit of commentary for. And ibuba is going to out on the 5 1-ups and just take the 1 to avoid the fireworks animation. But yeah, that'll be an interesting situation for Sharky. Will he use the Jugum Cloud early, and then it ends up costing him at the end, or should have ibuba7 used the Jugum Cloud here in 5-9? That's like practically the only opportunity. It's hard to say it's early.
Yeah, you know what? And they probably don't want to do it just because of the fact that they have to play the fort. Kind of a slight mishap by me there. Looking at it, if it was a stage that you could have clearly avoid, then yeah, by doing that. But you're going to have to play both of these stages to get to the fort that will build the bridge to allow them to move on.
By the way, one of the prizes in the end card game is ibuba7 did get a couple of matches. Was a Hammer Brothers suit. That's going to be a sight for sore eyes for ibuba, as he didn't see one that entire first game. Now, we see a panel 10, which means it's just the 1 fort here in World 5. And the tower, once again, is not going to be required. This time, easy peasy. Last time we had 7F2 be required in World 5. Just the Navy this time.
Yeah, and you should see an interesting strat here. So when Ibuba picks the pipe, if he ends up in the Paradox pipe, he might take a death in that stage just to see what the map looks like up above. Because when you do take a death in that stage, it shows the world above, and it will send you back. So therefore, he can get an idea to see if that pipe is closer or if the other pipe is closer.
Sharky also opting to play 5-9 even with a Jugum in his back pocket.
Yeah, like I said before, they gotta play these 3 stages to move on, so it's a smart idea. I've done that before where I've used the Jugum Cloud at Atlantis, and then I ended up having to play it again because there's no way out.
Precisely. So, oh, that's right. It is required. That's where the bridge is. It's too low. Yeah, they have to play it. Yep, and Sharky recognizing that. So shows how much I know about the map.
So Paradox Pipe actually turning out to be the correct one, and ibuba is going to use the P-Speed here to fly over the midway point here for World 6 airship.
Sharky opting for the 3 of a kind to add 5 lives to his total, so he's got 8 extra lives. It's the World 6 airship. Roy, last time he was just the 1-hitter, but oh, he's got some jumping.
He's got his moon boots, look out.
But this time just a 2-hitter, so Roy continued to be a disappointment in the Koopalings Wars here, as Sharky picked up 1 match. It was a star. Not going to find out what that star is right now, as he's going to play out 5-4. Or 5-7, excuse me, I beg your pardon.
5-7, not a terrible stage. There's quite a bit of power-ups. There's actually a hidden star power-up. So if you get a star from that first block, that block there on the right where the Koopa is, that is a star to continue it on for the rest of the stage.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the kind of star you want to see when you have that Jugum Cloud, that Lakitu. And there's something we didn't see in the last match, a frog suit from the princess.
Yeah, frog suit, probably the best power-up in the entire game.
Why not? We've seen people try to get the Frog Mario ending on Bowser with some varying degrees of success. Oh, and ibuba getting picked off by that Fire Piranha here in the Pyramid stage.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to avoid at times. But you know, with the pyramid stage, most of the enemy set stays pretty vanilla because they want to enable you to still be able to beat the stage itself.
Oh, Sharky getting a face full of cannonball here in the Navy stage. You're going to have to be careful at the end. Grabs the bomb into the pipe. Luckily, it doesn't. That'd be an interesting theory. I wonder if a bomb could take down a boom boom.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know that the stars don't affect the Koopa Kids, and if you kill Bowser with a star, it just soft locks the game.
Booba picked up a fire flower and also a mushroom, so he's got 2 matches on this turn. But now he needs to find the 20 coin, which he does, so he's got another one, another flower to his total. How about that one up? Remembered where it was. There are 6 cards left, and now he's got to look for the 10. Gets it. 50-50. Nope, doesn't get it. But he'll have those prepared up next time, and look at that. He's got a Jugum Cloud, amongst other things, so he cleaned up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth playing again, but if he finds himself in a state where he can get the Jugum Cloud again pretty easily, he might just go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. As we have 6-8 with giant enemies, and lo and behold, no boss bass.
Yeah, rare sighting there for us.
All right, Booba picks up another one up. Let's see how Sharky. Oh boy, he wasn't ready for that high jump. He has one more hit to get. Got him.
Yeah, and the tricky thing too about these high jump characters, if they do get that high jump off, sometimes their hitboxes just disappear and then they just clip inside of you.
Exactly, and Sharky will be moving on to the next world. Booba taking on the coin chip here. No problem with the boomerang bros. Nice floating strats there. Picking up a P-Wing.
Yeah, P-Wing probably one of the best items to find, especially when it comes to forts as well. Because sometimes if you're equipped with the tail and you head into a fort and it's Fort Knox, you're good to go.
Booba thought about using something else for this fort, but opts not to skip it, and, you know, probably not a bad idea. We've got the Air Force. Now Sharky has arrived at the pyramid stage. Not too far behind Abuba at the moment, but he's going to have to be careful. This enemy set's kind of tricky.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to get that power up here. Does get the mushroom, so that's going to be really helpful for him.
Of course, we always do have Buzzy Beetles available, because otherwise, if they weren't available and you didn't have a tail, well, there's no way to beat the stage. All right, Abuba choosing panel 10, and there's Boss Bass here in 4-5.
Trying to play spoiler here for the Boss Bass, but unfortunately with that tail and these high bill pipes, you know, he's going to avoid them pretty easily.
Yep. This is the only level, by the way, that has the homing bullet bills. They're the ones that change direction. You can tell because they're flashing red, unlike the normal bullet bills.
Excellent use of the star here, especially in a water stage with the Fire Bros. Not an easy enemy to take on.
Yeah, especially when you're small. Yeah, you use a star to get through that Hammer Bro stage, and you never know if it's that Fire Bro one, then you'll be glad you've done it. So, no, hammers don't break locks. Use the Jugum Cloud. No bridge, no lock. He's on his way. World 4 airship. Meanwhile, Sharky has found one of the 3 hand stages. We didn't even see that in game number 1. It's the coin level. And he's going to pick up a star. So that means any other hand stages that we see throughout the rest of this contest will give us a star.
And Booba making quick work of the World 4 airship, taking on Lemmy. We got 2 hits.
Oh, Lemmy came to play today. He was 5 hits last time. He's 5 hits again.
Yeah, playing a little tricky, clipping into the wall there, making it hard to hit him, but Booba makes quick work of that.
Yeah, that was a really good fight there. So 2 races, and Lemmy came to play 5-hitter both times. And Booba will be moving on to the next world. People in chat, what's the next world going to be?
I'm thinking 7.
I'm going to say 1.
Going for 1? Alright. Maybe we'll get another 3 before World 1.
Never know. And it's a P-Wing, and it is 7. You were right. Well played, Gimp.
Interesting lock position there too. That might be required.
There are 3 forts. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And ibuba's like, no. Wants
Nope,
to
I'm
find
gonna.
the way out. That's not the way out, but there's a couple
So
other pipes.
there's 3 locks. So he does all he needs to do is find the right island.
Instead, he finds the prize pipe, which very few people ever take the mushroom house. And, oh, he finds the pipe with a view, the Henry Stealth pipe. Feeling lonely, Ibuba? You're going to have to play one of these forts, it looks like.
Sharky finding himself in 1-3 right now.
Yep, with giant enemies again, and he's going to pick this bottom pipe using P-Wing, and here's 3F2, which we did not see last time, so we're not going to see it in World 8.
Yeah, kind of a waste of a P-Wing, but he still does keep the 2 HP there, having the tail and the mushroom.
Yeah, ibuba7 was probably hoping he'd find Fort Knox there. Is Sharky going to take the bottom route again here in 1-3, going for the extra item? And what do we have inside that chest?
Another music box.
This has been ridiculous with these music boxes here. That is unbelievable. So that's already 2. All right, and Sharky, that was a good use of the star there to take down the Fire Bros there. And we use a star, get a star.
So that lock may have opened up a pipe to the correct island.
Meanwhile, Ibuba, yep, with just the 2 items left, he might as well just clear the board.
And not going to take a chance. Yeah.
And we have the World 2 fort, the Spike Fort. It's another one that you commonly see in World 8. So I'm making an early bold prediction here. World 8 fort's going to be the gatekeeper in World 8 this seed.
Yeah, that might actually be right. It's been a while since we've seen the World 8 fort and World 8.
All right, so fun fact about this level where Ibuba is, there are spikes above that you cannot see. If you fly too high, you will get hit and take damage. And we didn't see this on Ibuba's side. He was able to skip this. This is the 4F2, the Donut Fort. Sharky makes quick work of it.
So the lock... Interesting. So I think the pipe on the first island is the one that he needs.
Ooh. So yep, ibuba7 ended up guessing wrong there. Or actually not really guessing wrong, but this is one of those World 7s that's going to end up being full cleared.
And sure enough, there it is.
Absolutely. So, just have to get through a couple of levels.
Finding 5-4 here. He's going to use the P-Speed stretch here. He's going to make real quick work of this stage. Looking out for that Cheep Cheep, though.
Those Cheep Cheeps can get real nasty on those spinning longs. You get hit by them, you're pretty much done. As Sharky takes down Lemmy. Very well played. Remember, he was a 5-hitter, so quick work of that. He'll be moving on. And it will be using one of those precious music boxes that we have seen throughout this entire race. It's going to come in handy now here in World 7, because we've got the World 3 airship.
Hopefully he doesn't use too many. You know, he might need them later on.
Well, he's only got the 1. Remember, Sharky got the bonus 1 from the 1-3 chest. Oh, we've got Earthquake. He's going to try to get the fire kill if possible. And he's more than 3 hits. He was at least 4, but Ibuba does get the fire kill. We'll move on to the next world.
Oh, Sharky's making the right choice here. And I wonder if he sees that lock break, if he's going to take the correct, if he's going to go back to the other pipe.
Absolutely. And if he does make that choice, yeah, he's going to cut some time into ibuba7's lead.
Unfortunately, he finds a star. Not a bad item, but I guess he was wanting to find the Fireflower overall.
Yeah, that would definitely come more in handy here. 3F2, not a particularly difficult fort, as Sharky gets hit by the carpet booze there. So now we've made it to World 4. We got to find the fort that's going to build that bridge. And there's also another fort that, ooh, decisions, and Abuba's going to play the escalator fort 6F1. Meanwhile, Sharky takes down Boom Boom in 3F2. And there's another star, but Abuba shorts the jump and takes the long fall into the lava.
So Sharky finds the end card game here. He's going to play this, and I'm curious if he is going to go back and check that pipe.
Now Abuba's going to use a P-Wing. Sharky does find a match on the Fire Flower and the 20 coin. Not the 1-up, though. Let's see what Sharky decides to do. He's looking at the map. Oh, he's going to take the pipe. I mean, you certainly can't fault him for this decision.
No, because I mean, you go back and you can lose some time looking at one pipe that could lead to a dead end. Instead, let's check all these other pipes. I have a chance to find the correct island.
Yeah, he's going to find the pipe with a view here. ibuba7 takes down the Boom Boom. Found a Fire Flower in that last question block, so he decided to forego the rest of that P-Wing there. And let's take a look. There's the end card game for Abuba. And he's going to play it. No, he's going to do the trick. That did not build the bridge, so he's going to have to play the other fort. 6-9 again. And again, he's big.
Yes, that's just it's such a small frame, and he gets it.
Oh, baby, the Fire Mario wall jump at 6-9. Well played there by Abuba. Gets it on the third try, or excuse me, the first try.
Yeah, first try every time.
Yep, exactly. All right, so we've got a coin ship stage. Then he'll probably play the Hammer Bros stage instead of the panel level. Is Sharky trying to maneuver his way through 5-4, and a P-Wing is the prize again on the coin ship for Abuba. Oh, here's the music.
Another music box usage here.
We have 2 of the World 6 forts here. We've got 6F3 pairing up with 6F1. You know, we haven't seen 6F2 all day so far. Maybe that's important.
No. That could be the gatekeeper.
Oh, that would be something. Let's see. Sharky has found his way. So he actually did skip that fort that Abuba ended up playing, but Sharky not opting to use the music box. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think he's just looking for more items, and
instead he's
not the enemy set you want to see here.
Oh, luckily that was the end of the level there, as Abuba does finish off 6F3. A Fire Flower, not too shabby. World 1 airship for Abuba. And let's see how Iggy handles. He's got a fire suit. 2 hits.
Nice and easy.
All right, so we're down to Worlds, I believe, 1 and 3.
I wouldn't mind seeing World 3 to be the one to end it out.
Yeah, it's going to be World 3 to end it. I agree. We're going to see World 1 next. Sharky, is he a 4 or 5? He's the maximum 5 hitter. The full symphony from Ludwig, but down he goes, and Sharky will move on.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we see World 3, we might see a double hammer play here.
And indeed it is World 1 with 2 forts, and one of them is required at least. There's 6F2, so disappointment, Gimp. No World 8 fort, World 6 when we're doing commentary.
No, it's the first time in a long time we've seen that.
Indeed. So going for the risky strats, trying to use the P-Wing, the speed to fly below the ice. You can easily get sucked down into the bottom there and take that 100 coin fine, but ibuba7 make it look easy.
So Sharky now kind of looking at the map, deciding what he wants to do, and I think he's making the right choice here.
He is, but he is going to have to get through 6-9. He's not going to go for the wall jump as we find Fort Knox here, and Booba's going to do the same thing as he did last time. Now he's going to take that penalty.
Yeah, he's got plenty of items at his disposal, especially a couple P-Wings. Ooh, unfortunately Sharky taking that find there with the fish.
Kind of makes you wonder if he's going to change his mind now. Yeah. Oh. That's kind of too bad there. I mean, if Sharky would have not taken that death there, he could have saved himself some time.
Yeah, and then that's unfortunately the way it rolls. Ooh, makes a bad jump there. The pause that tries to prevent it from happening, but unfortunately that pause doesn't do you any good.
Yeah, you can't do the famous tri-hex strats here. That doesn't work out. And ibuba, yeah, this time, even though with the Jugum Clouds there, he decided to just intentionally whiff there on the end card games. We have 6-7.
Yeah, having a tail here is perfect for 6-7. You can make those jumps, slow down your descent. So ibuba's going to get through the stage pretty easily, hopefully, or let's see if this enemy is. The Fire Snake just going to plummet down to the abyss.
And again, Sharky's going to opt not to play 6F1 and go again for 6-9. But this time he's got a fire suit, so he'll have a much better chance of pulling it off. Panel 1 has got the Oasis stage of 2-4. And yeah, ibuba with the tail there. Yep, take the top path. I love this strat.
Yeah, it's a lot safer than the bottom strat. There's not Hammer Bros, Koopas, Piranha Plants. It is a lot faster.
Not to mention a whole bunch of coins you can collect there as well. So yep, ibuba making quick work. Done with 2-4. Sharky gets through 6-9. He'll be on his way. Just has to get through a Hammer Bros stage. Never mind, he's gonna use that music box, man. So many.
I think Booba's like, the game's gonna give me music boxes. I'm gonna use them.
Absolutely, he's got plenty of inventory. Doesn't have to worry about the extra item. But Sharky in trouble here in this Hammer Bros level. He's got one down. Finds a mushroom and is able to get to it. That's gonna give him a little insurance to take it down normally. Good kill, even though he got hit by the backlashed hammer there. That was still a good effort there from Sharky.
Yeah.
Larry going down on ibuba's screen. He'll be moving on to World 3.
So again, ibuba exiting World 6 at 25:32. It's pretty fast time right now. It just depends how World 3 is. If I'm remembering correctly, he should have 2 hammers, so it should be a pretty fast world if he goes for double hammer strats, depending on pipe layout.
Exactly. The pipe layout is going to mean everything. If it's pretty bad, then yeah, those hammers are going to be useless, unfortunately. Sharky picks up a P-Wing. We don't know what the princess gave us this time. A little bit too quick. And, well, this is a conundrum here. I would check the first pipe just to make sure it doesn't take me to that pipe down there. And not use the hammers. But then again, when else am I going to use the hammers? So that's that to consider as well.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Sharky, this I believe is 4-4. Moving 3-2. No boss pass this time. Sharky, watch out though, because Lakitu loves to throw at the top there at the very end. I've seen people get sniped there before.
Oh yeah, Lakitu could be very, very, very good about getting you right as you're getting ready to go in the pipe.
And yep, ibuba is going to check the pipe just to see if it doesn't take him to where those boulders are. And they don't. Well, turns out, didn't really need those hammers because it's just one level and you're there. However, gonna have to play that fort.
Yeah, luckily the fort is right next to the pipe that he just went into not too long ago.
Yep, looks like it's just the only fort there as Sharky's back to the cards, but his turn is over. So he'll be playing... Oh, again, the Gatekeeper 7F2. We have to play it. Ugh. I don't think Sharky's going to like seeing that, Gimp.
No, Sharky's going to be very disappointed to see that. As ibuba has the fire suit, decides to keep it because, taking out the piranha plant is going to be a lot easier to do that than with the tail.
Yeah, having a fire suit can really come in handy, especially when you have to deal with all of these fire piranhas. Now make the SMB2J jump, gets there, and he'll probably just damage boost his way through the rest. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, Sharky taking an unfortunate hit there from the boo. He's going to have to replay the elevator fort. Or carpet fort, right? Carpet fort,
yep, because of the carpet boos or the blanket boos as you were calling it earlier as well. Yeah, he's going to use the P-Wing here.
And of course, the Nemesis end card game blocking ibuba here from the pipe.
Yep, and he's going to have to just skip on by. Again, he's not going to play it. He's perfectly content with his inventory. He's just making the mismatches just to get it over with. And yep, with the panel 10, you know that that's the only fort of this level. 7F2 required both times tonight. It's now P-Wing time for ibuba as we have the World 5 airship. Not a bad place to use it because of all of the cannonballs.
Yeah, and you can tell in this flag set that ibuba's using every item at his disposal. He's not wasting any item he has.
All right, let's see how strong Wendy is this time. Last time she was the maximum 5 hitter. This time just the normal Dave single type of fight, 3 hits.
And he gets off. I think he did. Looks like he does have it.
Yeah, that's right on the border there, but I think you're right. He did get it.
Yeah, the off-screen wand grab's going to save him a few seconds there. Not having to watch Mario descend off the screen.
Sharky taking down Iggy, so he'll be moving on to World 1. People in chat predict how many bridges it's going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle. Last time it was 1.
I'm going to say 2 this time around. I'm going to see something a little more complex.
1. I'll say it's 1 again. So far, no lock, so 4 is still in play. Of course, we haven't seen the hand bridge yet. We have now, and there's 1 lock, so 3 now maximum. F1 is our first fort.
It looks like the Disco Waffles played very nicely here for him.
Oh, they absolutely did. They're usually the kind of enemies that will end your day here in 5F1, but ibuba7 making quick work of it, getting a good cycle on those Disco Waffles, and still has a power-up left at his disposal. Didn't break a lock here, so they either built a bridge or broke a lock in the dark area.
Interesting to see what we have in the Dark World. There's a hand stage. Does get grabbed. Let's find out. He's going to be in 3-6.
Yeah, he's just going to take the dive there. And the judges give him an 8.7 on that dive.
Good execution on that.
It was good execution. I agree with you there, Gimp. So, still don't see any locks here. This could be quite a few. This could be a 3-bridger. We still haven't found the way out, though. As Sharky is now in 7F1 Fort Knox.
This can be where a lot of confusion sets in for the runners. I believe the pipe we want is on the far left here. So he's got to play this fort, or the 2 tanks, or the Air Force. He's got options here.
Use a Tanuki suit here, and it's 3F1. Something you don't see very often in World 8. Usually you see its counterpart 3F2. Not going to go for the door 3 strats.
So yeah, finding a pretty easy fort here for World 8. So we still have 2 options here. So we know that the tank on the the hand bridge map is not a fort.
All right, so that didn't break a lock here. So it either broke the lock on hand bridge or built a bridge.
He's going to go back to the, I believe this is the hand bridge.
Wow, good flying there from Sharky. That didn't break a lock, so that built a bridge.
Yes, so that's 2, or could be 2 bridges here. So finds 1-1,
and just gonna take the intentional. Yeah, he wanted to skip the hand stage. I don't know. I might have played 1-1 just because it's 1-1. But then again, the enemy set was a nasty one. So at the same token, I can't fault ibuba7 for making that play.
No, I think that was probably the right choice. It's a 50-50 if you're getting grabbed there. You know, you're just taking that risk.
And ibuba using one of the 2 Hammer Bros here to get through 4F1. So we've had 3F1, 4F1, and 5F1. And I'm still sticking to my guns. World 8 Fort. So that didn't break a lock. So that either broke a lock that we haven't seen in the dark area, or it built another bridge.
Yeah, so we're gonna see. It's definitely Air Force that he has to get through to break that block.
Yeah, but this time, I guess he does not want to lose that Hammer Bros. So he wants to try. Well, that Fire Piranha just said, "Not today."
Yeah, 1-1 is actually a pretty difficult stage depending on the enemy set. It could be pretty tame or pretty ferocious.
Yep, so Booba does decide to clear 1-1, so he is going to be looking for the Air Force stage, as you mentioned, so he's going to have to go back to the dark area.
Using another Hammer Suit.
And no, we've got Super Tank. So once again, none of the three usual suspects in World 8. No 3F2, no World 8 Fort, no World 2 Fort.
You can tell ibuba's used the Hammer Suit to fight Boom Boom a few times. He's been perfect on his shots on him.
Yep, just accuracy dead on. So this is going to take him to Bowser's Castle. So it's just a matter of how many bridges did it end up being, because they're all going to be complete for ibuba.
Yeah, we might see, does he have a Jugum Cloud still? He might use it here to skip the last panel stage.
I don't know, but, ooh, nice shot, nice shot, nice shot. 2 nice shots there from ibuba.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of avoiding them. Oof, unfortunately takes that hit.
Man, that Koopa just squashed him right there. Meanwhile, Sharky taking on 3-2, but he falls into the pit there, but luckily there's no Boss Bass beneath this time around. Now, let's see if he does have a Jugum Cloud at his disposal. He does. He'll use it. This will take him to Bowser's Castle. Let's see how many bridges it ended up being. 2 bridges. So you were 2 for 2 again.
Oh, I'm not going to be buying any lottery tickets soon. I just used up all my luck.
There you go. So, Booba with another Hammer Bros suit in the fodder there is going to use it to hopefully take down Bowser, but watch out for that hot foot. There's that 7F2 that Sharky loathes seeing here.
Boo getting that Everman clip. He's going to go for that mac and cheese one here to finish this out.
Let's see if he gets it. No, doesn't get the mac and cheese. Let's see if he gets on the second attempt. No. DLP clip. Oh, I thought he was going for the DLP clip for a moment.
Sharky handling 7 of 2 here pretty well, considering it was not a friendly enemy set.
Yeah, now he's going to see about the power up here. Oh, but he falls off as ibuba gets the clip. So he'll be able to finish off this race. So, hi, Bowser, and bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for ibuba7. He has punched his way into the bracket stages, and also congratulations to my commentary partner, Gimp Extreme. You have also made it to the bracket stages on the back of that.
Oh, well, thank you. I still have a lot of work ahead of me, though.
Yep, because you will be facing off against ibuba7 to complete Group B, and depending on how that goes is going to determine our seedings here going into those bracket stages.
Yeah, my goal is to take at least 1 from him to make sure I'm not at the bottom of the bracket there.
Now, I do know we have a race coming up in just a few minutes here on SpeedGaming 2. Not sure if that is going to end up changing, but I will be on the commentary for that one. It's going to be Paratroopa versus Zodiac Dread. I will be joining Growlwolf on the commentary here, so we'll probably just cut right into that race, or we might be moving that to a different channel. We'll find out about that shortly.
Yeah, and Zodiac and Para are probably the 2 top runners in their seed here, so they're both guaranteed a spot, I believe. So it just depends to see how they do in this matchup between the 2 of them.
We do have here ibuba7 in the commentators booth with us. GG to you, some very respectable performances, even though the World 8s were a bunch of garbage, both of those seeds. Still turning in the times in the 30s, and also congratulations to both you and Gimp Extreme making it to the bracket stages. Well done.
Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, those World 8s were hell, both of them.
Yeah, they were not very nice, and there's a couple times where I could tell you're getting a little frustrated. Like, wait, why didn't that break that? Where's the other fort at?
I got lost. I have to be honest. At the end, I wasn't even sure that was the pipe, so I was getting stressed because I was going to play a couple extra levels if that wasn't the pipe. So yeah, that happened.
All right, Sharky, come on. You got to clutch this out. There's two. Got him. Good job. Sharky getting through 7F2. Yeah, 7F2, that was one of the stories here. Both of those seeds, they ended up being required both times.
Yeah, we had to play the level both times, as you say. I also played 5-9 because I forgot I had a cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both.
but you handled that pretty quickly, though. I mean, you got that first clip within a couple tries, and then you had to avoid the spike a few times to get through it to get that second one.
Yeah, exactly.
So later on, I don't know. Let me check the schedule here. Yeah, this is actually going to be for tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. Gimp Extreme and ibuba7, you two are going to be going against each other. Again, this is going to just simply determine the seedings for the bracket stages as you both qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask ibuba to play one-handed for one of these seeds, please.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I have always thought that my execution on levels it's pretty decent, maybe even good. But my routing is very, very bad. On World 7 I played an extra fort because I didn't realize I broke a lock that led to a pipe. It was actually the pipe that takes you to the promised land.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, I didn't even saw that. When I played the other fort, I broke the other lock and I went there and it wasn't the path. I was like, I don't know what I did wrong. And then I realized I played an extra fort. So
Yeah, that last World 8 was really... I mean, as far as I can tell, since the recent updates, the World 8s have been brutal. Like, I believe in my last race I had, my World 8 was almost 15 minutes because there was just so many routing paths, and then there was a mandatory Atlantis that I had to play through.
yeah, I think anything can happen tomorrow. It will be fun, right? Game is looking for some revenge.
I just want to take one. That's all I want. I just want one from you. That's it. If I can beat you once, I'm pretty happy.
It's more possible than you think. Trust me.
Hey, we get the bro kill on Sharky because there was a star behind door number 5, and is able to get the star kill on Boom Boom.
Yeah, so I do have to ask you, ibuba, what do you think of all the music boxes? You had so many in the first seed, and then it was nice to see you use them here in the second seed because I felt like you're just like, you know what, if it's going to give it to me, I'm just going to use them.
I have to be honest, on the second seed, I was like already tired, and I don't know, after the last seed, then how this was going, I was like, you know, I don't care, I am just going to go as fast as I can. I wasn't looking routing, I was just finish this, please. It's very bad. And yeah, on the first one, we had like a music box fest. So I decided to use all of them on World 8, so I didn't have to scroll on my inventory.
Yeah, it was definitely something we were having a little bit of laughs about. It's just like, oh my gosh, so many music boxes.
It happens sometimes. I mean, not only with music boxes. Sometimes you have like 1,000 stars or mushrooms. I've seen everything before. Everything but clouds and hammer, right?
Right.
You never get them when you need them.
Now, interesting. Sharky has gotten to the lock breaker earlier than you did. However, he still has to find another stage that is going to build bridges because there were 2 of them.
Yeah, there's one fort that wasn't required. I have no idea which one it was.
Well, Sharky is about to take a dive, and a nice backwards twist there. Judges give him a 9.1.
Oh, that's better than your jump there, Booba.
Yeah, the judges like Sharky's jump better, apparently.
That's fine. That's fine.
So that's where that lock is. So one bridge is definitely built. That much we know. Can he find the other one that's going to build the second bridge?
Yeah, I'm thinking he might feel a little lost here.
Alright, so he's going to see 3-4, and he knows he's going to have to play it. He's able to get to that mushroom. That's a very tricky mushroom to get with that fire piranha. And wow, somehow he didn't lose his power up to that pile driver, but then ends up losing it to that. Oh, and then the paratrooper gets him.
Yeah, so Booba, I gotta ask you, when it comes to hand stages, when you get grabbed, is your natural instinct to just go ahead and take the fine, or are you just gonna depend on what level it is to play it out?
It depends on the level, but also on the situation, how I am feeling, if I am winning or losing. Also, if I died already like 3 times, I just play the level. Doesn't matter which level it is. I mean, unless it's Atlantis or 7-5 or something like that, you know. But I try not to play them like everybody else, but I have horrible luck. I once got grabbed by one hand 8 times in a row, and I had to play the level because I had 0 lives at that point. So
I think I remember that race. That was insane.
yeah, I don't gamble with hands anymore. I just try to not do it. I mean, if I feel like I am losing, I die on purpose as fast as I can a couple of times. If I can't, I just play the level. But if I think I am ahead and I have time, I just, well, if I enter and it's an easy level, like a hand level, for example, a hand level is a good example. If I get a hand level, I always play it. If I get grabbed by the hand, of course.
Sharky used a Jugum Cloud on that panel stage. I mean, he has plenty, but unfortunately, he sees the bad news. He has to get another bridge built. Oh my gosh, 8-2. What a stage to skip, Abuba.
Yeah, when you got to that point, like he's got that cloud. That's a great spot to use it. He knows where that pipe leads to him.
Sharky taking the pipe on the left. He'll probably just ignore the power up. Oh, it's a star! And he's gonna have to wait. Oh, boy.
I don't know what's more frustrating is taking the 100 coin fine or getting a star at that position.
Yep. Alright, Sharky's gonna just fly over that. Yeah, he's there.
I just want to know which fort builds the bridge, because there is a fort that I think I didn't have to play the navy, which is in the pipe alone in the bridge part of the world. I decided to play it because I was like, I don't want to get back here if I need to, but
yeah, backtracking can take up so much time on the clock, and that's something I falter to, because a lot of times like I gotta go back and check just in case, and sure enough it doesn't build a bridge, then I just wasted 30-40 seconds checking it.
Well, we're about to find out, because Sharky opted to just play 1-1, and he'll now go and try his luck on 4F1. If this is not the one, then we know that 5F1 was the answer.
okay.
We're going to find out if 4F1's our gatekeeper or not. Oh boy, can Sharky get to that? No, he's just going to coax it out. Okay. That was some good movement there to avoid. Oh, and then he falls anyways.
Pretty good play though. I'm pretty impressed with what he did there.
That was an impressive dodge there. You know, just to have a chance, or should be able to take down Boom Boom. I say should, he does.
Alright, let's see.
He's gonna check. If this is it, then he's on his way to Bowser's Castle. If not, he has to find that path to 5F1. And it's good!
The gamble didn't work. Okay, good to know.
You hate to see those Jugum clouds go to waste, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. But no matter, Sharky is going to end up finishing this one. And then right after we have this, I don't know if we're going to have time for an interview because I know both runners for the upcoming Zodiac Dread and Paratrooper race, they're ready to go.
Okay. Well, I have to go, but thank you very much for the commentary, guys.
Yeah, thanks, ibuba. Great races. I'm looking forward to our matches tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't miss it. It will be very good, I promise. So take care. Bye.
Have a good one.
Look at Sharky getting that clip again quickly here in Bowser's Castle. He'll make short work of this.
That's a rather long clip, but it does give you that safety of not dealing with the fireballs.
Hi, Bowser. Bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for Sharky. It was definitely a better performance here in game number 2 for him. But yeah, just too much ibuba7, and ibuba7 up to 4-0. But a valiant effort nonetheless.
Yeah, so Sharky finishing with a race GG time of 49:34. Very good effort there by him. Just struggling with a few stages overall, but I think he played really well.
And here we have Sharky in the commentators booth. We do have some time to get an interview before we get set up for our next race. GG to you, Sharky. I'll tell you what, though, your Bowser's Castles, both games, pretty darn good.
Yeah, that first one, I'm surprised I almost got that triple first clips.
Yeah, I think the only thing that stopped you from the trifecta there is you didn't crouch on the first try. You ended up getting on the second try instead. That still, though, rather impressive.
Yeah, that was interesting to see, though. I had fun overall.
Yeah, you did really. I mean, I'm really impressed with your Bowser's Castles, like he said, because that was definitely the deciding factor in our race. So, I mean, I can tell you've been practicing on that, so good job on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of eliminated myself in the tournament now. But there's that Challenge Cup.
It is complete now. We've already got our 2 contestants from Group B, and it is going to be ibuba7 and Gimp Extreme. They're going to be fighting out tomorrow for seeding purposes, though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, but I'm glad I got at least one win this tournament. So better than that tournament.
I went back and I looked at that race, and you played out of your mind. It was really cool to watch. So do you have any plans on joining the Challenger Cup?
Well, I did it last year. Might as well play it again. See how far I could go.
That's right. I remember we did the Challenge Cup last season after, as the side tournament to the main tournament, and I remember I did commentary for that as well. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun to see how some of the players that might have gotten into a bad group might handle each other in, another all-new tournament. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, and the reigning champion will be in the next matchup come up here right after this.
Yep, there's gonna be some good matches. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, indeed. It was like I said, it was a good group we had. It was pretty competitive overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the bracket holds for the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, I knew coming into the 2 groups, yeah, I'm probably gonna go 0-6. I'm paired up against 3 people that made brackets last tournaments. Yeah, I get the short end of the stick, but getting 1 win somehow. But I was happy with that.
Yeah, overall, you played really well in, and again, unfortunately you're out, but hey, GG's on the win you got, and we look forward to seeing you in the Challenge Cup.
I'm going to have fun with it, so that's my goal.
All right, do you have any last words before we end here?
Well, I'm going to say, thanks SpeedGaming for the restream, and thanks Skip and Laws for the commentary.
Yeah, as always, we really appreciate it, and we always look forward to doing comps for everybody. And again, we do want to give a shout out to SpeedGaming, the hosts, the tournament admins, stage setups, all that stuff. They do a great job here at SpeedGaming. So stay close. We are going to be having another race coming up shortly after this.
Absolutely. I'll be back on the commentary for that. Grawl Wolf will be joining me there. Give Extreme, a pleasure working for you again, as always, in the tournament. Sorry we couldn't get a World 6 Fort and World 8 this time. Maybe the next time.
Yeah, we got brackets. We got plenty of time.
We certainly do. So that's going to be all for this particular race, but don't go away, because right here on Speed Gaming 2, we've got another exciting showdown here between Paratroopa and Zodiac Dread. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.